Howdy everyone, John here at eTrailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Kuat NV 2.0 2-bike rack on our 2022 Chevrolet Tahoe. Now this is going to be a great way for you and a friend to get out on the trail and get riding while also looking good while you do it. Now the Kuat NV is one of my favorite bike racks, and taking a look at the features you're going to see that weight capacity, it's great if you have e-bikes, fat tire bikes. You're not going to have to worry about it not being able to hold them. Along with that, it's going to be able to hold your bike by the tires. So let's say that you have a carbon frame bike or an odd shaped frame. Sometimes the women's bikes have that odd shaped frame. You're not going to have to worry about that because the front cradle is going to hold it by the wheel. It has a sleek design. It looks great on our Tahoe, and I definitely recommend it. Now let's take a look at some of those other features that makes this just a little bit above the rest. Now one of the big things with the Tahoe is having that back area to put all your stuff. But obviously the NV and your bike are going to be in the way. You can luckily tilt it away to get into the back. As you can see, it comes somewhat close. You're going to have to hold your bike back a little bit. We obviously have longer handlebars than some of the others, but let's say you need to get your helmet, get your waters, you can just get into the back and then get on the road. And then as you can see, I'll hold it back just a little bit. And it's just as easy to pull it back into position and be ready. Now taking a look on how our bike is being held to our bike rack, we're going to take a look at this strap here. It's going to be a very nice strap because you can actually move it back and forth. We're going to pop it off here real quick. And you can move it forward or backwards depending on your wheelbase. It's going to have a maximum of 48 inches for your wheelbase. Along with that, let's say you have fat tire bikes. Now, the normal strap that we have here will not work with those, but you can get them from etrailer.com. They're sold by Cuad, and they're just going to be able to be used on 5-inch wheels, which is really nice. Now, taking a look at the front, we obviously have our wheel cradle here. This is obviously, with the size of it, it's going to make it easier for your fat tire bikes. It's going to be able to hold that. But let's get our bike off so I can take you in for a closer look at the cradle. Okay, first things first, we want to take the strap off, and that's going to make it where we still have it holding our bike in place. Bring that up. The button's really nice on the cradle, I like that. And then all you're going to do is make sure you have a hold of your bike, lift off, and then you're ready to go. Now, when you get your bike off, let's say you have to make a couple repairs. Luckily, you have this set up right here where you're going to be able to pop it up on this workstation. It's going to be a little bit tough to turn sometimes. You got to really get at it. And then there you go. You'll be able to pop that up, put your bike in there, and work on the wheels or whatever else you need to take a look at before you get on the road. Now, as I brought up, now that we got our bike off, we can take a look at these ridges that are on the inside of this cradle. We have thinner ones for, say, your 3-inch bikes, and then it gets a little bit flyer out here. It gets fatter, so you can actually put your fat bikes in there up to 5 inches. Along with that, as you see here, it has built-in locking mechanism, which is really nice. It's going to be key to like with your hitch lock, so you're not going to have to worry about having multiple keys. Now, something I want to show you guys is the amount of length is going to be added to your Tahoe whenever you have this bike rack on here. Obviously, the Tahoe is a long vehicle already, so you're going to want to keep that in mind. It's luckily not going to be too bad compared to some of our other bike racks we have here, but it is still going to be 32 inches. That's a good amount of length, so you want to keep that in mind whenever you're backing in to a parking space or whenever you're at the actual place that you're wanting to go. Along with that, we want to get some ground clearance. So right here at the front, it's going to be about 21.5. So that's how high your Tahoe is going to be up at the hitch. But then you want to keep in mind the longest area to the back. It's going to be 32 as well. So you'll keep that in mind if you're going on some rockier terrain or you're going up a hill, because when your front goes up, your back is going to go down. But you won't have to worry about this on the Tahoe. Now, to take care of some of this length, we can actually tilt this up. So we're going to put it up like this. Very easy. I love the handle whenever it comes to the Cuad. They do a good job with that. But now it's going to cut down some of the length that we have to worry about. From our bumper to our farthest point, 15 inches. So that's taken off a good amount, but it also is going to come closer to our vehicle. Now let's see how close it actually can come. It's going to be about 4.5 inches, which isn't that bad. I definitely think that it's not going to get any closer, especially with the anti-rattle bolt, so you won't have to worry about it moving around or scratching your new Tahoe. Another thing you may want to keep in mind is how you're going to live with this tilted up on the back of your vehicle. Now, obviously, you're not going to have to worry about your back windshield. You can see out of that fine. It's going to be not a worry. Both of your lights are going to be out of the way and being seen, but you may have a little bit of problem with your backup camera and your license plate. I think the license plate is still visible enough that you won't have to worry about it, but this is going to be in the way of your backup camera. So just keep that in mind when you're driving around with it or you're about to back up. I'm taking a look at the hitch itself. This is going to be a 2-inch hitch, made very nice. We're also going to have a hitch bolt and also a lock. Like I said, it's going to be key to like with your cable lock. And it's going to be nice because it's going to set up your anti-rattle system. And on the front, as you can see right here, this is what's going to keep it in place. This is going to be very useful. As you can see, it's not engaged at the moment. And using this handle is one of the best anti-rattle systems, in my opinion. So it's just going to be easy to tighten it up. Almost there. Want to hold it up a little bit to make sure it gets in place. But once you do, as you can see, as I'm shaking it back and forth, it's mostly shaking the Tahoe, so that's going to take out any rattle that you may worry about with your bikes on there.
This is our test course. Let's start with the slalom. This shows side-to-side action, such as turning corners or evasive maneuvering. Then, onto our alternating speed bumps. This shows twisting action, such as hitting curbs, potholes, road debris, or even uneven pavement. Last of all, the solid speed bumps. This shows up and down action, such as driving through a parking lot or parking garage, or driving in and out of a driveway.
Now my final thoughts on the Kuat NV is, other than the fact that it looks amazing, this is going to be a great way that you and a friend can get out to wherever you want and protect your investment. Because it has the locks, it has the safety functions, you're not going to have to worry about your more expensive bikes getting damaged or stolen. Along with that, it's a really good choice if you want to switch out different bikes. Maybe you have a carbon frame bike that you take to Forest Park on the weekends, but then you have a friend that has an e-bike and you want to go out with him once every couple of years. Well, you don't have to worry about having different setups for your bikes. You can just use this bike rack in general and then you'll be good to go. And that was a look at our Kuat NV 2.0 bike rack on our 2022 Chevrolet Tahoe. My name's John. Have a good one.